Good evening, graduating class.
Good evening, sir.
I'm so proud of you today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Would you please remain standing as we welcome up LVMPD Honor Guards to present colors?
Detail. Hold. Left. Face. Trace that. Color.
Please join me in welcoming up Miss Sonia Hoyer, Southern Nevada Director for the Office of Governor Joe Lombardo, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Please remain standing as we welcome up Miss Regan Capacey to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
If you guys would please remain standing and join me as we open up in prayer. Father, we just come before you this afternoon in the name of Jesus, God. We just want to thank you for this day, for waking us up this morning with you in our mind, God, and you in our heart, just giving us another breath of life to live for you. God, we want to thank you for all the things that you've done, everything that you do, working in the intricate details of our life, God, where we have no idea, but you are there. God, we just want to lift up this graduation ceremony to you right now, God. We want to pray for the men and women that gather in this room, God, particularly for those who are graduating, God, those who are here fighting for a second chance. We surrender them, God, to you because we know that you are the God of the second, third, fourth, and fifth chance. Father, we just pray that from this day forward, that every step that they take will be on a path that you put them on, that their words, their thoughts, and their actions, God, will become consistent with that picture-perfect plan that you have for their life. God, we love you, we worship you, and we pray this prayer in the matchless name of your son, Jesus. And everybody said, amen. All right, please be seated. Please be seated. Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. I want to welcome you to the July 2023 Hope for Prisoners graduation. We want to acknowledge those of you who have come from near and far to join us on this hot July afternoon. For those of you, this is your first time interacting with Hope for Prisoners, I'm going to take a few minutes to tell you who we are, what we do, the things that have brought us here to this moment. And why we are celebrating these men and women here as they are about to begin this journey as they're fighting for the second chance in life. So our organization works with men, women, and young adults that are exiting different arenas of our judicial system. And what we do in a nutshell is to provide the supportive services to help the men and women that are coming home, that are fighting for a second chance, not only get acclimated back into workplaces, but we make sure there's mechanisms in place through partnerships that we built up with employers. And many of those employers are here in this room today, where our graduate is going to have an opportunity to walk away with a job on graduation day, earning a sustainable wage. But yeah, you can clap for that because that's good stuff. We address the needs for them to get acclimated back into their family, knowing and understanding the importance of that family reunification component, that the men and women that are returning back home needs to go back home to wives and husbands, and particularly to get reconnected with their children. So we work to ensure that there's a mechanism in place to help with that family reunification component, because if that family life is not right, if the home life is not right, then everything else in the world has a tendency to fall apart. But then on the back end of the process, because there's a long-term 18-month or more journey where we walk with our folks, looking to do everything we possibly can to ensure that we're helping them be stand-up leaders in the community, with an overall goal of them never, ever, ever reoffending again. So we've been in operation since 2009, and since that time, we've had the privilege of working with over 5,200 men and women who have been through our process. And of those 5,200 men and women that we've had the great privilege to work with, according to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, we have an unprecedented number of people that have been successful. Let me throw that number out there because I know people are online watching. Want to say hello, first of all, to our family that's watching inside the Clark County Detention Center, North Valley Complex, Unit 2J. Can we give them a big, gigantic hand, please? And for the folks that are watching, joining us today on the Hope for Prisoners Facebook page, joining us from around the world, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Can we give them a round of applause as well? So let me get back to that statistics. According to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, an unprecedented 74% of our folks were successful in gaining full-time employment and sustainable wage jobs. 25% of those were full-time employed within 17 days after graduation. And according to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, it's been an unprecedented 6% of people have gone back to the prison system. There is not another reentry mechanism in this country that can say that they're putting up those kind of numbers. But to be quite honest with you, I'm not satisfied with those numbers, because my desire is not to lose anyone. My desire is to do everything we can to help the men and women who are returning back to the community, get out in the community, never, ever re-offend again. So when I travel all over the country, people ask me, what's the secret sauce? What is the key to the success? And you can look around the room and you can tell the key to our success is right here in this room. It is the unprecedented partnerships that we've built up right here in the state of Nevada. And I'm going to read a little bit of them off, but I have to at first acknowledge our sheriff, Kevin McMahill, for opening up his home to formerly incarcerated people. Can we give him a big, gigantic round of applause? And we would not be able to have that level of success without our faith-based partners. Partners like my home church, City Light Church, Kinder Copeland Ministries, Liberty Baptist Church, the Crossing Church, Word of Life Christian Center, Bethany Baptist Church, Central Christian Church, Light Spring Christian Church, Southwest Prison Ministries, Message of the Faith Ministries, Southern Hills Baptist Church, the Church LV, and my fellow chaplains from Chaplaincy, Nevada. Can we please give them a big, gigantic round of applause? And Hope for Prisons processes referrals from the following agencies. We're so very grateful for those partnerships. Partnerships like Nevada Department of Corrections, Nevada Department of Public Safety, Parole and Probation, Highway Patrol, the City of Las Vegas Department of Public Safety, Henderson Police Department, the Clark County District Attorney's Office, both the Criminal Division and the Family Support Division, and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Man, we thank you guys so much for entrusting us with your people. Please give them a gigantic round of applause. And for all of you employers that are here today, we're going to carve out a special time to recognize you. But again, we're so very grateful that you have joined us here today. And we got a whole lot of ground to cover, and we're going to try to get things under the way before it gets too hot up in this room. I want to next acknowledge our speakers who have carved out time to be here with us today. First, I want to acknowledge Hope for Prisons board member, the undersheriff of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Sheriff Andy Walsh. Please say hello. And then my former chair of the board, one of the greatest rock star leaders and probably one of the greatest CEOs in the country. We're talking about my dear friend from the Southern Nevada Regional Transportation Commission, MJ Maynard. Please give her a big, gigantic round of applause. And then joining us to administer our oath on today is from the 8th Judicial District Court, the Honorable Jessica Peterson. Please give her a gigantic round of applause. So listen, as we get things underway, we have this session of our training, which is called the Vivid Vision. Everybody say Vivid Vision. And in that Vivid Vision, we challenge our participants to take a look at their life and visualize their life 1 year from graduation day and to put it down on a piece of paper. In other words, it's July 21st, 2024, and we ask them to wake up and walk us through a day in their life. And when they get to the end of that, they take a copy of it. We give them a copy, and then the copy goes to our team, their case managers and their mentors. And then what our job is to do everything we possibly can to help them live out their dreams. Anything short, less than that, we're just another reentry program, faking it to make it. There was a young man who graduated Hope for Prison some time ago, who has a long history of coming in and out of the system. And he stood in a graduation class and he shared his vivid vision. And then we wrapped our support around them. And today he's living a level of life that most people only dream of. We invite those alumni speakers back so it just won't look like John Ponder is the talking head. If you guys would please put your hands together for Hope for Prisons alumni, Mr. Skylar Zorensky. My man. Man, so proud of you.
Wow, how's it going, you guys? It's a blessing to be here. First of all, congratulations to you graduates. Yeah, it's awesome. It's such a blessing to have gone through the program of Hope for Prisoners and then been invited back all these years later. It's a really big deal, and I feel very honored to be in front of you guys today. Tell you a little bit about myself first. About 18 years ago, I got my first felony when I was about 16 years old. And even though it was just for weed, it kind of opened up that revolving door. Probation, prison, parole. And before the age of 18, I was using a lot of hard drugs on a regular basis, hanging with the wrong crowds. And it wasn't long before crime became a mean of maintaining an income for me. Under the scrutiny of parole and probation officers, I attempted to pull it together several times. And I had brief periods of success as well. However, true to the path that many of us has ignorantly laid, I returned to old habits, old thinking, and old acquaintances. I was married and had a son, and then I went back. I was a business owner, and then I went back. I went to rehab, had another son, and then I went back. Every time, no matter how strong my stride, self-will would always crumble, and I'd be back at that prison gate. Time and time again, everything I worked for would be lost, and I was left with regret, shame, disgust, and disdain. Excuse me. I remember sitting in prison after I got sentenced to 6 to 15 years and feeling horrible about it. Feeling how pitiful my life was. Then a close friend of mine who's never going to be getting out taught me a valuable life lesson. He helped me realize that even though we were locked up, prison's just a place, and I'd have to decide to do with what I was going to do with my time here. We'll always have our minds and our souls to strengthen, and I made a decision to change. No matter what, and I began taking classes, reading more, instead of watching TV. I stopped breaking the rules, even the ones I knew I could get away with. Started to get a little bit of integrity back. I spent time seeking God and praying, leading study groups. I got certified as a personal trainer. I went to the Trust program, fire camp in Casa Grande. I was determined to use every tool available to become a better man. Naturally, in searching for the best resources, I found Hope for Prisoners and wrote them immediately. When John Ponder's name first hit the prison yard, they said he was this guy who started a program for us that was going to get us all jobs making $20 an hour. So I really didn't know what to expect going in, but I knew the last few times I got out, I couldn't do it on my own, so I was willing to try anything. I usually hit the ground running when I got out, so sitting through classes all day didn't sound too good to me. But when I showed up there, I think Hope for Prisoners taught me something else. They learned to teach me to be the most valuable person I could be the best version of myself, and that my attitude towards life and towards others would determine my destiny. Through the process, I began to believe in myself again, and more so, I felt like other people believed in me too. It's discouraging trying to rebuild credibility, but Metro showed up to support us and didn't treat us like convicts. Mayors, senators, and governors signed certificates acknowledging our efforts. I felt like the community wanted to have the version of me that I'd been living behind addiction and poor life choices for so long. My better self was nurtured. I felt love, I felt empathy, I felt hope. I had a lifetime of bad habits, I had a dry drug addiction, and I had a huge record. But one thing I had that trumped all was faith. I had faith and a vision of who I was, what I valued, and who I wanted to be. And I was gaining the tools I needed to project that character to the rest of the world. This program doesn't guarantee happiness, success, or freedom. What this program guarantees is that if you want it bad enough and are willing to push through it and push through the hard times and not go back to our old ways of lives no matter what, then there's a place for you in this beautiful world. Today, I'm living out my vivid vision. I'm a lead personal trainer at a big brand gym. I make my own schedule. I have over 40 clients. I help develop new personal trainers. I spend time with my 2 children on a regular basis. I've restored my relationships with my family. I'm a good father, son, employee, and a contributing member of this society. I'm disciplined and stay true to my purpose. I cherish every little victory, even if it's a bad day. If my tire's flat, my car won't start, if I'm feeling every temptation known to man, when family members pass away or you have to put a pet down, when it's raining and cold, or so hot it's hard to sleep, when I'm sad, when I'm alone, when I'm anxious and can't focus, I just remind myself of how blessed I am simply to be alive and free. Let this graduation today be the first of many great new healthy memories to come. Celebrate it. Be proud of yourselves. Get out there and experience our beautiful city with a fresh start. See the good in others and be the best version of yourself that you could be. Believe that there's a power greater than yourself working in your favor, a power that manifests in love, kindness, patience, justice, and mercy, a power that is forgiving and compassionate. It lives in you and it lives in all of us. It's the force that binds us together. Aren't you curious to see what your full potentials are? Build on what Hope for Prisoners has given us. Be that thing you think the world needs. Miracles are real, dreams come true, and expectations are exceeded, and a life worth living is attainable. I was sitting in your seats just a few years ago, and today I love the life that I live. So never give up and never go back, guys. Thank you.
Can we give Skylar another gigantic round of applause? So very proud of you, Skylar. We're going to have an opportunity to hear from some vivid visions from our folks today. Look, you guys a little scared, nervous, don't know who I'm going to call. Remember, you stay ready. You never got to get ready. I should call you guys right now. No, I'm not going to do it right now. What I'm going to do right now is just want to thank God. I know before I get fired, I have a member of my board of directors here, Mr. Jeff Cooper. Where are you, Jeff Cooper? We just want to area stand in the back over there. Can you guys please give my boss a gigantic round of applause? No, get on your feet. No, I'm only kidding. I'm going to introduce you to our first speaker, and he asked me not to read his bio, and then I set over to the side, and I know why he didn't want me to do it, because we'd be here for the next 25 minutes. But I can tell you that he is a very decorated, responsible, great leader in our community. It is an honor, privilege to have him serve on our board of directors. You know, that partnership that we have enjoyed with Metro over the past 8 years has become so incredibly successful that there are other police departments across the country looking for us to replicate that model in their jurisdiction. And there are two people that we can direct that to, with Sheriff Kevin McMahill and the Undersheriff, Andy Walsh. If you guys will please put your hands together from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Sheriff Andy Walsh.
I can't do the podium thing, I'm sorry. So before I get on my rant, and anytime you put a microphone in my hand, it's kind of dangerous, and I know the sheriff's sitting somewhere hoping that I don't say anything outrageous, but there's a person that's not in the room here tonight that recently retired from our organization, who from the get-go, John, if I remember, was a very important part of this program, and it's Captain Roxanne Burke, who recently retired, and I know she's not here, but I wanted to publicly thank her for all the years and her commitment to the folks that have sat in these chairs over the years at all of these graduations. So she's not here, but we can clap for her. Maybe she's secretly watching online. So John talked about a lot of things, and when he always mentions, what's the secret sauce and why does this work? It works for a variety of reasons, and John is one of the main reasons why it works. John's life experience and what John thinks of each and every one of you sitting here before us in a cap and gown. Did you ever think this would happen, by the way? Right, standing here talking to the undersheriff. But the secret sauce is a variety of things, and John mentioned some of the partnerships. And I remember in the beginning of this, we could name one partner and remember who it was, because we started off with one or two people, and now the level of philanthropy that goes behind this program, there's too many people for me to name, but that's what it is. It's the people in the community that actually care about you all. It's the job providers that are in the back of the room that when we first started, there wasn't even a table. Now the whole room is filled with people that are here that are invested in your success, and you don't have a bigger cheerleader than me. I want to see you all be successful. I want to see you all, our whole organization wants you to be successful. And, the terms, Skylar said it best, you kind of get sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And there's a life out there beyond your wildest dreams. How many people here are family? Just raise your hands if you're family to these folks. I want you all to take a look. And the reason I asked for that wave is because it doesn't matter always what I think. It doesn't matter what John. Those are the folks. They're here because they love you. They don't need any other. They got a lot of things to do on a Friday night. but they're here because they love you, right? They want to see you be successful. And for the families, you know, when you start to make those amends and do the things that you need to do to be successful in this program and in life, there's going to be peaks and valleys. There's going to be things, the phone's going to ring at 9 o'clock at night, and you're going to have to make a decision. Do I go? Should I? Those are the folks then you need to call. Those are the folks you got to rely on. Because no, it's okay to be in bed and asleep at 9 o'clock at night. Only bad things happen when the phone rings that late at night. Those are the folks that you're going to have to rely on. The people that are invested in you long after this ceremony ends and you go on with your life and you start to achieve the things that you've outlined in your vivid vision, those are the folks that have been there for you, will continue to be there for you, and it's simply because they all love you. So as far as what we do here, I know it probably comes as a shock to you all. You can't believe you're sitting here in police headquarters, and I'll have to talk to Kevin about the air conditioning in here. Maybe we didn't pay the bill. But we want you to be successful. We're here because we don't need any more work. We have enough work. Take advantage of everything that's out here in front of you. And hopefully by seeing us here in uniform, I'm the undersheriff. I could wear whatever I want. I choose to wear this uniform because I know what this means to you in your past experiences. I know what it stands for. But you don't have the whole picture. It stands for wanting you to be safe. It stands for you and your families to be successful. It stands for peace and unity and quiet in our community. It stands for you to have a life beyond your wildest dreams. And this program and the other things that you're going to be involved with, whether it's work, programs outside of John's program that keep you sober, keep you sane, you have to work those things. They only work if you work them. We can do this every month, and we do. But you got to work it. You got to put the time in. You got to listen to the things people are telling you. Your best thinking is what got you in this seat, right? It's the truth. And we've all made mistakes. You know, I didn't get to be the undersheriff because I can walk across a lake of water. There's one person that can do that, and he ain't in this room. He's here spiritually with us, but it ain't one of us. You guys are going to make mistakes. It's going to be okay. Make the mistakes, but bounce back. Progress, not perfection, right? All the things that you've been told, all the things that you've heard. We want you to be successful. I want you to see this uniform and not have fear, right? Black and white pulls up behind you on the freeway on your way home. You go, right? We all get that same feeling, even me. Makes you nervous, right? How great would it be to not have to worry about it? I don't have any warrants. I'm not wanted for anything. I didn't just do something I shouldn't do. I don't have something in my pocket or under the seat that I'm not supposed to have. Freedom. Freedom. Your freedom, right? Your freedom is the most important thing that you could have ever been given. Enjoy it. I'd say go enjoy the fresh air, but it's 160 degrees out. So enjoy it though. Embrace it. Work it. And the partnership will never end. The partnership that we have with Hope for Prisoners, you have that commitment. That's not going away. We're here to make sure you're going to be successful. Listen to the other speakers that are coming up here tonight. When you see this uniform, know that we're here to help you. We're not here. We have plenty of people. We have plenty of work. Job security is not an issue. We don't need any more. So the part of the thing, too, about uniform, and I'll close with this. You think of Dorothy and her friends meandering down the yellow brick road because they're going to see the mystical figure of Oz, right? The reason this uniform is on me and on all the men and women that you see here to support you is because when you get to the end of that yellow brick road and you pull behind the curtain or you pull back the curtain, what do you see? It's just a person. All that's underneath this is a human being. All that's underneath this is a man or a woman who wants you to be safe and successful in society. So love you all. Congratulations and God bless you.
Good job. Sheriff, could you please just continue to stand up? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I have to. And then I'm going to ask the officers in the back of the room, would you guys please stand up? And then in the front of the room over there, would you please stand up? Hey, I just wanted to share something with you guys, right? You know, whenever a police department always asks, you know, what's the key to success? You have, police officers mentoring and training people coming home from the prison system, right? Never before in the history of reentry, nowhere on this planet to this magnitude has law enforcement gotten this involved in mentoring and training people coming home from the prison system, right? Phenomenal, win-win on both sides of the equation. And when your officers come in and interact with our folks, right? and they come in and train and they share these very transparent stories about themselves, right? It gives our folks an opportunity to look past the badge and see them for the mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and husbands of wife that they truly are. And when if you look across the country, let me make sure this comes up right. People don't trust police. Just don't trust the police. You get those butterflies in your stomachs because they don't trust police, right? But the reason why they don't trust police is because they're not in relationship with the police. In what relationship could you ever establish trust unless there's life rubbing up against life in the spirit of complete transparency, to where you know that we have more in common than we have different? And I believe that out of that transparency, you establish trust. And once that trust gets established, there comes the relationship. And I think that the police department here at Metro is the absolute best that I have ever seen. So please know, men and women in this room, that you have a community of people that love you and support you and will continue to pray for you as you're out in our community, protecting and serving. Can we give them a gigantic round of applause? Thank you, sir. Yes, love you too, man. Love you too. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I just love doing that. Hey, I'm going to carve out some time to recognize our employer partners that are here in the room. And remember, you guys make a beeline over to them. And remember Barbara Lupe taught you that 20-second smile and that eye-to-eye contact? You better go over there and make it happen. Mr. Scott Hickman from Ahern Extreme, would you please stand up, please? These are jobs where people are going to be earning sustainable wage. Rebecca Ferguson from PLI Cards, would you please stand up and say hello to everybody? And our friends Amanda Hernandez and Roberto Concero from Terra Contracting, would you please stand up? And then my friend from Station Casinos, Miss Larice Turner, would you please stand up? Isn't that just so awesome? These guys have the opportunity to walk away today on graduation day with jobs that are going to be earning a sustainable wage. You want to also acknowledge the Las Vegas Welding Institute. Mike Simmons, would you please stand up? And the Professional Institute in Technology, would you guys please stand up? Sheriff, look how this thing is just blown up like that, right? I also want to acknowledge, while we're going through here, some of our elected officials that have provided certificates for today. And Gloria, I am so sorry, you gave it to me. I do not have it, but I do want to have the Southern Nevada Director for the Office of Governor Joe Lombardo, Ms. Sonia Hoyer. Would you please come and join us?
Good afternoon. My name is Sonia Hoya, and I am so thrilled to be here today. And I just have a few brief comments to give, but I want you all to know how overwhelming this is to be here. And I have to tell you, you're all going to go out and look for new jobs. I work for Governor Lombardo, a person that I met on my interview day. Didn't know him before, and gave me this job. I've been at it for a little over 6 months. So I think that, dreams are out there for everybody, including somebody who's been in government for almost 30 years. It's a dream. So just want to let you know, Governor Lombardo is not only a supporter of Hope for Prisoners, but we partner with Hope for Prisoners. And he provides certificates because he knows of this program and he trusts the program. He trusts that you're all going to benefit and that this is just a wonderful opportunity for us to exchange and that support from the state to you. So on behalf of Governor Lombardo, congratulations.
Good job, thank you. Can we give Sonia Hoyer a big, gigantic round of applause? Hey, before we get ready for a vivid vision, and remember what I love about this is that that vivid vision gives them an opportunity to look down in the future and see their future. As my dear mentor through author, a guy by the name of John Maxwell once said, he said that if you ever see someone who looks completely hopeless, right? Looks completely hopeless. Hopelessness is just oozing from their demeanor. And the reason why they're hopeless is because they cannot see their future. We see people like this all the time. They're hopeless because they cannot see their future. But John Maxwell said, when you get someone, you're able to get someone to come up out of that state of hopelessness and see their future and have faith in a process that right there is obtainable, that's when they find hope in the moment. If you guys would please put your hands together for our first vivid vision reader, Miss Courtney Roberson. Did you stand? She almost jumped up there.
I didn't know this was gonna happen. Hi guys. For some reason, I knew this was gonna happen, so I've been keeping it on my lap. All right. My name is Courtney Robertson, and today is July 21st, 2024. This is my vivid vision. In this galaxy, in a time not so far away, I will be waking up at 5 a.m. to be one of those people who work out and are ready before 8 a.m. That was never something I was doing. And I will be able to give my dogs extra lovin's due to the fact that I'm ready before 8 a.m. Next step in my day, I will plan it accordingly to taking clients as an esthetician, which was a goal I've been working towards for many years. Well, not many, just a couple. I wanted to accomplish this for a few years, and I'm very proud of myself for reaching it. Throughout my day, I will be proud of the woman I am becoming more of every day, but I will no longer shame myself for my past mistakes, but use my past as a way to propel me forward. At the end of my day, I will again give my dogs lovin' due to missed time with them, and because they gave me those eyes. But before I go to sleep, I will pray to God and thank Him for His forgiveness and second chances given. I will pray that this thing called life will continue to get better, and I will wake up every single day making it better. My name is Courtney, and today is July 21st, 2023, and this is my vivid vision. See you all next year.
Courtney, great job. Isn't that just amazing? You know, faith in the future, that's when you find hope in the moment. That is amazing. You know, since our inception back in 2009, we pride ourselves in the training that we provide, and we pride ourselves in going out and getting the absolute best of the best curriculum and training with one goal in mind, is to help our folks be the absolute best that they can be, exposing them to new training concepts and life principles to be able to help them to live levels of life most people only dream of. We have a lead trainer with Hope for Prisons who has been with Hope for Prisons since day one. And he tells the story, the very first Hope for Prisons class, where it was in a little tiny room the size of a broom closet, where there was literally a broom in the room. But this trainer has been with us over the past decade, and I think that he has only not been at one of our training. If you guys would please put your hands together for Hope for Prisons lead trainer from Ketter Development, Mr. Greg Ketter.
Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, do they look good or what? Do they look good? You see your parents, you see your folks out there? Wave at your folks. If you see your mama, your daddy, your children, wave at them. Okay. Are we proud of them? Let's show it that we're proud of them. Okay. Okay. All right. And our first meeting was in a broom closet. John still, he still denies that. There was a broom and a mop in the corner. But the first thing I want to do is acknowledge the team, because this is not just one person. We are a team. We're a team. We're a family. And I'd like for all the Hope for Prisoners team members to please stand up so we can recognize them, please. All the Hope for Prisoners, the employees, all our staff, everybody stand up. Yeah. Okay. Today I just want to take a couple minutes to talk about attitude. Because this week we talked about a lot of things. We talked about family, we talked about life, we talked about choices and decisions, we talked about emotional intelligence, and now I want to talk about attitude, because from this point forward, we have to control our attitude. We have to make sure that our mindset state is in the right path, and we're going in the right direction for the right reasons. And it's not about our past. So many times people try to bring up their past. There's only two things we can do about our past: learn from our past and not repeat the same mistakes. Isn't that right? That's about right. And we're going this way, not that way, right, guys? Okay, man, I'm so proud of these guys. Look at this class. It's like 60 people. Sorry. Okay, all right. As loud as I am. Okay, is this better, folks? Okay, so really quickly, 3 different tips on attitude. The number one thing is forgiveness. We talked a little bit this week about forgiveness, about forgiving others, yes, but also to forgive ourselves. Don't we need to forgive ourselves as well, folks? It's not just about others, and that's important. But in order for you to move forward in your life, you're going to have to reconcile with the past, embrace the present, and believe in your future. And in order to do that, you have to forgive yourself. So the first thing is forgiveness. Nobody's perfect. And God said that he will exchange your ashes for beauty. That means that there's nothing that you can do that would make God give up on you or turn his back on you. You are his treasure. And I want you to always remember that. So forgiveness is the first step toward an attitude that will move you forward in your life. The second thing is, real quickly, fear. It was Mark Twain that said, do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. And that's what we must do. We must embrace whatever skeletons are in our closet, whatever has been intimidating us. It's time for us to face it, because what we don't face now, our children will have to face in the next generation. And we want to be a part of the generational blessing, no longer a generational curse. Capiche? You guys with me? Okay. I like that capiche for it. Okay. And finally, I want to talk about, this is not random, folks. This is not a mistake. If you're within the sound of my voice, this is your time. You're meant to be here. And I want to leave you with just a little quote that I think is apropos to this occasion. Nelson Mandela said, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're more powerful beyond measure. It is your light, not your darkness, that most frightens you. And you shouldn't shrink yourself around others so they won't be intimidated around you. This is your time to shine. And I want you to embrace that. You embrace that with me? Yes, okay, now you know this is not going to be easy. I told you that. Bless you back there, wherever that came from. You know this is not going to be easy. And one of my favorite quotes is, the only time you see success before work is in the dictionary. So starting next week, 18 months, we're going to have to roll up our sleeves and it's time to go to work. You guys ready to go to work? Yes, sir. All right. So repeat after me. We're going to give this little quote, and it's by a woman that was blind, deaf, and mute. She couldn't see, she couldn't hear, and she couldn't speak. Who am I speaking of? Oh, look at that. This woman, everybody knows her name. They know her name. And she couldn't speak, she couldn't hear, and she couldn't see. And her quote is, and repeat after me, I'm only one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And I will not refuse to do the something I can do. God bless you guys. Let's go to work on Monday, okay? All right.
Greg Ketter Development, please give him a gigantic round of applause. We'll go ahead and make way for another Vivid Vision. Please put your hands together for Mr. Gianni McDaniels. How you doing, man? Good deal.
Good afternoon, you guys. My name is Gianni McDaniels, and this is my Vivid Vision. Once again, my name is Gianni McDaniels, and today is July 21st, 2024, and this is my Vivid Vision. First thing first, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. after getting a great night's rest, and thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for waking me up. But most importantly, giving me a second chance at this life he has blessed me with. After giving my thanks, I wash my face, brush my teeth, and stretch as I prepare for my 5-mile run. As I step out the door at 6 a.m. and begin my run, I take a moment to take a deep breath of fresh air, watch as the sun continues to rise, and listen to the birds chirp, because I once took those things for granted. As I make my way home from a sub 1 hour 5-mile run at 7 a.m., I shower, put my uniform on, and eat my post-run meal, then proceed to a job I once dreamed of at Stations Casinos. After working 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Stations Casinos, here comes the highlight of my whole day. I go straight from work to go pick my son up for the weekend. As I pick my son up from his wonderful mother, I hold him in my arms and I begin to cry. Not because I'm sad, but because I remember the 20 plus years I raised myself into a man. The 20 plus years I never had a positive male role model in my life. But most importantly, I'm crying because I'm breaking the cycle of absent fathers in my family and giving my son everything I did not have. Since I have achieved my spiritual, physical, emotional, and financial goals, I have found a happiness within myself I once thought would be a void I'd have to live with forever. I removed the stress from my mom's life, who has done nothing but stay by my side throughout thick and thin. But lastly, I let go of the trauma, the pain, and anxiety I felt the last 26 years of my life and let God carry me through those burdens. My name is Gianni McDaniels, and today is July 21st, 2023, and this is my Vivid Vision. See you next year. And I love my son so much. I can't wait to see you.
Good job. Hey, Gianni, can you come in for a minute? Listen, that was absolutely amazing. Living in Las Vegas, somebody taught me a very powerful lesson many, many years ago. And the guy had said to me one time, it's not so much what you know, but it's who you know. And he walked me into the office of someone who I needed to know. And it literally changed my life. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Come and take a walk with me.
All right.
Now, you had made mention that your dream, hold on, before y'all start hugging and everything like that, let me just, you said that your dream job is to work at Station Casinos.
Yes, sir.
Gianni, meet Larice. Larice, meet Gianni. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I want him to work at Station Casinos.
And now what you said was that fulfilling the dream, living the dream. You good? Okay, there we go. See, that's what I love, being a dot connector. Connect the dots, connecting the dots, living the dreams. Hey, Jeff Cooper, I love my job. Can we give them both a gigantic round of applause? Well, let's see if we can make that happen again. How about another Vivid Vision? What about Mr. Colin Curtis? There you go, man.
How you guys doing this afternoon? Just give me 1 second. Let me get situated here. I did not expect to come up here. Thank you. I just want to say, I appreciate everything Dr. Ponder has done for us over at 2J. Shout out to you guys. That was probably one of the, I don't want to say best times of my life, but it really helped me enlighten and get my life together because Lord knows I needed it. My name is Colin Curtis, and today is July 21st, 2024, and this is my Vivid Vision. It's 6 a.m. sharp. My alarm is going off, reminding me I'm in my own bed and I'm not being woken up by someone saying, "Chow's on deck." I walk into my living room, greeted by a beautiful smile from my incredible daughter, reminding me she's more responsible than her dad, waking up at the crack of dawn, fully clothed, homework done, and ready to attack her day like it owed her money. Every day I'm reminded how much trauma goes on in my world, but days like today make that completely evaporate because my baby girl has gone through so much trauma herself. Yet here she stands before me, motivated, eager, and hungry. Sorry. That mentality helps me realize no matter what age we are, God puts adversity into our lives to create stronger soldiers and warriors. As warriors, we are not perfect, but we train our bodies and minds through war. Every day we prevail to see another day of paying bills, another day of grinding to provide for a better life for our beautiful family, kids, and our loved ones. The time is about 9 a.m. I fed both my kids, dropped them off at school, and now it's time for Dad to go make some smiles. For those of you that don't know me or that didn't know, I was on high-level monitor for 3 years. I managed to become a registered dental assistant and get one step closer to my dream job. My dream has always been to make people smile. It's about lunchtime, about 12 noon. Morning rush wasn't so bad. I've already assisted my doctor with 2 fillings and took 3 x-rays for 3 new patients. I'm grateful for the atmosphere I've created, the trust in my office, and how we've become a family. I'm the brother who leads our team to ensure our day runs smooth and we don't get backed up. As stressful as my job is, I'm so grateful to be here in the first place. I emphasize that word grateful because I truly know it could be worse. I'm healthy, my kids are healthy, my mom is here and healthy, and she has my back. The time is finally 5 p.m. We close up shop. I rush to my mom's to pick up my kids for their jiu-jitsu class. They train hard while Dad's watching, because if Dad wasn't here, we know they might just go through the motions. Parents in a kid's life is detrimental nowadays. Always has been, always will be. As a son growing up without a father, it was very hard for me to push through those solo nights and days without my mom's support. After their practice, I get ready for my practice. I pull out food for the kids, and they do their homework while their dad trains as well. Jiu-jitsu is a sport of human chess. It teaches the individual efficient ways to submit their opponent, as well as swim in the deepest of waters with sharks that are on that mat. Life has been my toughest opponent. The thing about life is it doesn't stop trying to hurt you no matter how many times you tap out. The time is now about 9 p.m. My kids are showered, fed, and put to bed. I'm finishing cleaning and setting up my kids' clothes for the next day so we can do it all over again. Once again, I am so grateful to be so busy and creating this life for my children and I, seeing a single father push and push to become the best version of himself and for his kids. My name is Colin Curtis, and today is July 21st, 2023. This is my vivid vision. Thank you.
Good job, Colin. I thought for a minute there, Colin would, if he didn't see the lesson over there, I would have, if I was him, I would have stand up and said, I want to become a police officer. And I would have walked him over to the undersheriff. You know, the thing that I have learned, again, not who you know, I mean, not what you know, but is who you know. How many CEOs do you know besides John Ponder? Because I'm just a baby CEO. We got a gigantic CEO in the room. Come here, take a walk with me. It's all about who it is that you know and who it is that you can be in relationship with. So, Colin, this is MJ. MJ, this is Colin. And now you have a connection with the CEO. And I can tell you that she is probably the biggest rock star CEO literally on the planet, not only in our community. Yeah. See, now you're connected with the CEO. But hey, Jeff Cooper, I love my job. So listen, I don't know if we have another time for another Vivid Vision, but I do want to bring up our keynote speaker. I'm trying to debate here. I want to read your bio, but I really want to. Please don't get up. Please don't get up. Because I'm trying to think about it, through your bio, where can I get in and just start adding some stuff on? I'm talking about my dear friend, MJ Maynard. She's with the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada. Sheriff, can you grab her if she tries to get up and, because we're trying to get through. Yeah, I'm afraid of it too. The Board of Commissions had unanimously voted MJ Maynard as the agency's CEO. She's been with them for more than 15 years of service at the RTC leadership, and she joined back in 2007. As the CEO, she leads diverse departments within the RTC, including finance, transit services, human services, technical equipment, transit amenities, safety and security, and customers. I don't know where I got this bio from, but if you guys would please put your hands together for my dear friend, the CEO of the RTC, Miss MJ Maynard.
John. So before I get started, I feel compelled because I'm in this building. My husband, Rich Schmidt, retired from this police department. He worked for Metro for 26 years. Prior to that, he was 2 years in Minneapolis as a police officer. I actually didn't meet John through any of this. I met John I don't know where I met John, but not through the police department. My husband was a really great cop. He was, I called him a humanitarian. Before it was a thing to be really great to everybody, he was. And on December 17th, 2022, took his own life. And I tell you that not only because I'm here where he used to be, surrounded by men and women that have a very tough job. I'm also telling you that for a reason, because many of us right on the outside would look like we're doing fine. I walk down the street and I'm like, I am put together, watch out world, but inside, maybe not so much. Maybe there's this silent struggle going on, and that was certainly my husband's case. I would like to acknowledge all of the men and women in uniform. It's a very tough job. They may not run into bullets every day, but what they see and what they do is not easy. So I just, on behalf of my husband, I would like to honor you and stand up and applause. So thanks, John. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you my story, and I was going to use a swear word, but God, there's so many kids here, so I can't. So I was going to call you bad. So all of you here, I'm going to tell you, you really are phenomenally strong. I don't know if you really understand that right now, but what you have gone through, whether you've had, I would imagine many of you, if not all of you, have had some form of trauma in your life. You've had challenges in your life. You've had difficulties. You've had some things that have happened to you based on the color of your skin, your gender. It's all real. And I can relate on it, and I'll tell you why. I just want you to understand you are all incredibly, incredibly strong. Stronger than what you have gone through and what you're going to go through and what you're going to do for the next 18 months, most people could not do. So I hope that you remember that, because you should be really, really proud of yourselves. Because I understand that whole thing about looking fine from the outside, right? But I also know that life can be really tough and not fair. I thought I had, at least when I was young, I had a mother and a father, and I had a brother and two sisters. And I was born in California. When I was 9 and my sister was 8, my father took us out of school and left my mother, my brother, and my sister in California. He moved us to Seattle, Washington, and moved us into a big house, a lot of bedrooms, but he put us all in the same room. 2 twin beds, and then we had to take turns sleeping with him. And I knew at a very young age that the people that are supposed to love you the most have your back? They don't always. My mom, also, I think if she'd been born in a different generation, she would have chosen not to have kids. It was just not her thing. And so the life kind of blew up. My father, I don't know where he went. My mother just struggled being a mom. And so I lived in a house with many times no heat, no lights, no phone, no car. I went to bed hungry quite a bit, my sisters and my brother and I. And I remember feeling so full of shame. I had a negative voice in my head. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I have no future. And the people that are supposed to love me the most, they're not even here. My mom was sort of in and out, right? And so that negative thing that goes on in your head, again, on the outside, I got myself up, I went to school. I got my first job at 15 and a half as a dishwasher in a restaurant. What do you do when you don't have a lot of food at home? You go work in a restaurant, right? They feed you, and I could bring food home for my sisters. And I actually was a really, not having parents at home, I'll tell you my bosses, and I hope that you get some great jobs out of this, because my bosses saw things in me I could not see in myself. And so nobody in my family had gone to college, right? When you're the girl from the wrong side of the tracks, that's not part of your story. But about the age of, 19, I remember thinking, I'm not going to let them win. I'm not going to let them win. And I'm not going to let my past determine what my future can be. And so I started at community college. I heard about this program at UNLV, thinking, I look back now, I was probably more fearless then than I am now. I'm like, I can do this. I can move to a whole new state. I'm going to apply for college. I was part of the Pell Grant, right? I came up poor, so I had the federal help putting me through college. And so I moved to Las Vegas in 1980, and I was having so much fun. I dropped out. Because as a young girl that started in Seattle, I was full of so much pain and shame and not feeling good about myself. I did so many things I'm not proud of. I did a lot of drugs, too many boys. I mean, I was a mess because I was doing everything I could not to feel. I didn't want to feel any pain. I didn't want to think about my parents. I was just going to charge forward and not feel. And so I drop out. I'm working. I got married. Probably not the smartest thing to do. But out of that marriage, I had a wonderful baby boy who's now a 32-year-old, big, gigantic man that lives here in Las Vegas. Best thing that's ever happened to me is my son, Quinn. And then I got divorced. And so at 9 months old, my son, I took him. He and I moved to an apartment. I put his crib in the bedroom. I slept on a futon in the living room. And I said, I have to get my act together. I have somebody else to be responsible for. I've got this baby boy that I need to set an example for. I have got to turn my life around. And again, on the outside, nobody would know that. On the outside, looked like I had my life together. You would never have known. Only on the inside was that negative. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I can't do this. I can't do this. And nobody will accept me. And if they really knew me and they knew the things I've done, the mistakes I've made, they wouldn't give me the time of day. And I would imagine some of you might even think that today about your circumstance. And so I got myself into therapy, and best thing I ever did. Because sometimes you have to realize there's things you cannot do on your own. And I will tell you, this program is part of that, because I don't encourage anybody to try and make a change in your life alone. It will start with you, though. So I worked and I worked and I worked. I went back to school. I had a little baby. I was working nights. I was going to school during the day. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. It was so hard. It was so hard. But man, it was worth it. It was worth it. And so I was in the hospitality industry. By the time I left the hotel business, I was a vice president at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. I actually opened the property. I worked my way up, and I thought, you know what? I am going to, now I had to have visual when I was growing up, so I'm going to show it to you. I could be dating myself. How many of you know who this is? Right, Popeye? Okay, because I really am dating myself. I think most of you could be my kids here. So I used to think, again, that I was not good enough. And I had made mistakes that I was embarrassed, ashamed. And I thought, you know what, I've heard the word secret sauce used by a couple of people. This is the real deal. I decided that I was going to use all the adversity that I'd faced, all the challenges. I was not going to let that drag me down anymore. That was going to be my secret sauce. That was going to be my spinach. It was going to be what was going to propel me forward. And I used to envision this. Like when I would have some down moments, all the things I'm going through, it's going to be my spinach. And I'm going to, you know what? And when the first time John asked me to share my story, I think I was a deputy CEO at the time. And I thought, John, a lot of people don't know this about me. But I felt compelled. I needed to walk the walk and talk the talk and tell my story, that no matter what happened to me and how I thought it defined me, it really didn't. It actually made me stronger. And I'm going to tell you, everything that you've gone through is going to be, if that is your spinach. Don't walk out the door thinking, I'm too embarrassed what's happened, what I've done. You should actually, again, you are stronger than most people that walk this planet. And use your adversity as your superpower. It is your superpower. You can all do this. It's not easy, but I certainly know I believe in you. But it has to start with you believing in yourself. So when you're feeling like all the things have gone wrong, it's like this big steamer trunk attached to your ankle and you can't go anywhere, cut it loose. It's your superpower. Have it work for you, and the sky's the limit. So congratulations to all of you.
Can we give MJ a big, gigantic hand? We love you, MJ. We love you, MJ. Hey, there's a couple of employers that I missed, but I don't want you to miss them. And again, after graduation, make sure you make a beeline over to them. It's Vicky Gasca from Binion's Four Queens. Would you please stand up, please? Great partner employers. And then Terry and Armand with Good Works. Would you guys please wave and say hello to everyone? Please make sure you make your rounds. And again, the Las Vegas Welding Institute. If I wasn't doing Hope for Prisoners, I would go through that school and I would become a welder, because it's earning really, really good money, right? Where you're going to be able to take care of yourself and take care of your family. So please make sure you make a beeline. As we make way for our judge to come up and administer, I'm going to ask you guys to stand up on your feet. Stand up on your feet, stand up on your feet, stand up on your feet. Now, what I want you guys to do right now is I want you to take your hands and stick them right out in front of you. Stick them out in front of you. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your eyes and fix them down in the palms of your hands. Look down in the palms of your hands. I want you to look at the lines in the palms of your hand. And I want you to imagine, if you will, as you're looking at the lines in the palms of your hands, that each one of those lines represent things that are in your past that you're not proud of. The lines in your hands representing things that are in your palms that you're not proud of. Every one of the lines representing those things in your past that you wish never happened. Represent things in your past that you're ashamed of. Representing things in your past that you're embarrassed of. Each one of those lines represent things that you wish never, ever happened. The lines in the palms of your hands representing things that are in your past. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands now and I want you to put them right up in front of your face, right in front of your face, right there in your face, and keep looking at the lines that are in the palm of your hands. Can you see them? They represent things in your past that you wish never happened. It may represent a time, fourth time, fifth time, that you find yourself in a Clark County detention center, going in that holding tank and grabbing that toilet paper roll and getting up under the bench waiting till you get upstairs. It may represent a time the Nevada Department of Corrections came and got you and shot you up the high desert out this mile of road. And I'm back here again. There in the palms of your hands. They may represent a drug addiction. It may represent a coming in and out of a dope house. It may represent coming in and out of a broken relationship. So look at them. They're in the palms of your hands. Representing things that are in your past. Now, with your hands in front of your face, can you see me? With your hands in front of your face, can you see me?
No, sir.
With your hands in front of your face, can you see me?
No, sir.
Neither can you see your future with your past in your face. Hands down. It's over. Now press on to that incredible life that God has in store for you. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Jessica Peterson to administer our oath.
I want to say a couple things. This is the second time that I've been honored to be able to do this for you all. And whenever I do, I hear the stories that are being told. I listen to your vivid visions, and I always take away something new and summarize it. And so I wanted to kind of put a couple of things that I heard today that I wanted to share with you all. So first of all, do not judge yourself by your worst day, ever. Second of all, anything worth having is worth working for. You are all going to work the next 18 months and you're all going to work the rest of your lives. But anything good that you're going to get in this life is worth working for. So keep that in mind as you go forward. Live in and with an attitude of gratitude. When listening to those vivid visions, what I wanted to focus on is what you put out in the world, you can attain. Manifest what you want. Suit up, show up, and let God take care of the rest. This oath that you are about to take is part of your manifestation. Will you all please raise your right hands? I state your name. Hereby declare an oath in the presence of family. My friends. And all those present, that I will fully embrace this opportunity for a new life. From this day forward, I will strive to be a productive, law-abiding member of my community, be a person of honor and integrity, be a person who sets positive examples for those around me. I will strive for all of these things because I am a person of value, a person who takes responsibility, a person with self-respect, who respects others. I will look toward the future, having learned from my past. My determined purpose from this point forward is to make the rest of my life the best of my life. So help me God. Bless you all. Congratulations.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Can we give the judge a gigantic hand? That was awesome and amazing. You guys can Yeah, we're gonna move into the issue of our certificates. Your Honor, I'm gonna ask you to join us up here. And MJ, if you please come and join us. And I'm gonna ask the other elected official folks. We have from the office of Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, Lawrence Rutherford. Would you please come and join us up here? Also from the office of City Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, she sent her Chief of Staff, Dave McGowan, out here. You're also going to be getting certificates from the U.S. Congresswoman Dina Titus, U.S. Congresswoman Susie Lee, County Commissioner Tick Segerboom, and the Sheriff of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. All right, we're going to go ahead and issue the certificates. If you guys would please join me in welcoming up Hope for Prisons graduate, Mr. Yaqub Ahmad. Congratulations. Please keep it going for Mr. Falasha Ali. Congratulations. Please keep it going for Mr. Gavin Amos. Okay, man. Congratulations. My man, Mr. Juan Ariella. Congratulations, man. All right. Keep it going for Miss Kayla Bernard. Congratulations. And please keep it going for the one and only Miss Courtney Bernard. Give me some love, girl. Woo, congratulations. Mr. Colin Curtis. Congratulations, man. Yes. Mr. Christopher Deshawn. Congratulations, man. All right. Please keep it going for Mr. Sanford DeSobo. Congratulations, man. The one and only Miss Michelle Ferrer. And please keep it going for Mr. Bernard Fleming. Okay, I see you, man. Stay close, man. Stay close. Miss Denise Gonzalez. Congratulations. Please keep it going for Miss Jasmine Hanna. Congratulations, girl. Let's please keep it going for Hunter Harvey. Congratulations, man. Mr. Keith Haskins. Okay, all right. I see you. Congratulations, man. Stick close. Miss Crystal Helm. Give me a hug, girl. All right. Please keep it going for Mr. Danny Hernandez. Congratulations, man. All right. Mr. Leobardo Hernandez. Leo, my man. Congratulations, man. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Malachi Hopkins. Okay, all right. Malachi, I see Malachi. Congratulations, man. Mr. Joseph Jensen. Congratulations, man. All right, you're welcome. Please keep it going for Mr. Eric Johnson. Congratulations, man. Mr. Juan Horado. Congratulations, man. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Patrick Kong. Congratulations, man. You did it, man. Love you too, man. Yes. Mr. Isaiah Lopez. Congratulations, man. Good deal. Please keep it going for Miss Raquel Mancha. Give me a hug. Congratulations. Yes, Miss Jeannie McClendon. Get it, girl. Congratulations. Give me some love. To Gianni McDaniels. Okay, get over there, say some casinos. All right. Miss Michelle McGee. I see you, Michelle. Give me some love, girl. Congratulations. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Michael Mercado. Congratulations, man. That's what I'm talking about. Let's please keep it going for Mr. John O'Brien. Congratulations, man. All right. Yes. Miss Celatina Ortiz. Celestina Ortiz. Give you some love. Ancha Osborne. Ancha Osborne. Give it up, man. All right. Andreas Palmas. Congratulations, man. All right. Mr. Manuel Ramirez. Okay, I see you, man. Congratulations, man. Thank you. Yes. Let's keep it going for Mr. Aaron Ramsey. The one and only Aaron Ramsey. Welcome, man. Yes. Let's keep it going for Lanicia Richardson. Congratulations. Come here, give us one. All right. Please give it up for the one and only Miss Courtney Robeson. Give us some love, boy. Congratulations. Mr. Joe Rodriguez. Congratulations, man. Yes. Mr. Caleb Sanders. Okay. I see you. Congratulations, man. Please keep it going for Miss Nikki Sarat. Congratulations. Give me some love, bro. Congratulations. Stick close. Mr. Matthew Shaw. Congratulations, man. Stay close. Oh, it's my honor. Miss Ebony Smith Keener. I see you. Yo, you're welcome. Please keep it going for Javier Stewart. Congratulations, man. Please put your hands together for the young eagle, Mr. Darnell Tyson. Congratulations, man. I know. Yes, let's go. Get them all. Mr. Paul Walsh. Congratulations, man. You're welcome. It's not over. The one and only Mr. Martin Warren. Okay, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Keon Wells. Okay. It's the young eagle right there. All right. It's the Rodney Wilkerson. Please put your hands together for Mercedes Williams. You better give me a hug. Congratulations. Rocco Whitway. Congratulations. All right, very proud of you. And last but not least, Mr. Christopher Seager. But I'm glad you stuck around, man.
First day late.
All right. Well, so many graduates. I'm kind of winded. I'm going to ask you guys to please stand up on your feet, please. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Hope for Prisoners July 23 graduating class. Can we give them a big, gigantic round of applause? Congratulations! I want to thank you guys for all coming out and joining us tonight. It means the world to us. We know that you could have been any place else on the planet, 119 degrees, and you chose to be here with us here today. I want to thank our speakers that have joined us tonight. I know the Undersheriff Andy Walsh had to run somewhere, but can we give him a big, gigantic round of applause? Thank you so very, very much. How about if we give it up for our keynote speaker, Miss MJ Maynard? And we want to thank our judge, the Honorable Jessica Peterson. Can we please give it up for her? And then we also, we can do that later. Now listen, thank you guys so much for coming out. Listen, make your way to the back room. Remember,